Hello, 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 hello. You've reached Rymer PT, Robert C. Peters' YouTube channel. It's Saturday. It's the Saturday after Christmas. There's the smell of candy canes in the air. Peppermint bark has been eaten. The cat is high as a kite from sniffing on the catnip. We've got candles in the corner. We've got candles in the here, there, everywhere. We've got bits and pieces of shredded paper all over the goddamn place. Ah, looks like a hurricane hit this place, swear to God. We're going to do a little bit of drawing. We're going to do some drawing. See this? I found it on the intranet. Internet. And I'm going to attempt to draw something along these lines. It's going to be more of an inspiration than it is an actual duplication. And going to pull out my pens. Got me some new ones, have me some old ones, and I'm going to sketch. We're going to sketch. I got up early so that I could go see Grumpy do his spinning of his what are those things called? Roach clips. And for my astonishment, he's not there. So I figure I'll fill in the blanks my damn self and do me some sketching. My wife got up too. I don't know why she got up, but she's up. She's sitting off in the corner reading. It's very early. Sacramento, California. We're looking at about 4:45 in the morning. And there you go. We're going to do some sketching. So there. We'll put this off to the side. Yep. Let's start here at the very tippy top, right up in here. Do a little bit of sketching. Off in the distance, we hear my buddy Tomodachi. She's a tuxedo kitty cat. Very pretty young lady she is. And she's had her vittles. She now wants to be petted, so she went to visit my wife over there in the corner, and she's going to get a little bit of petted, and perhaps she'll settle down and quit screaming, meow, meow, because she's a talker. You know how some cats are talkers and others aren't? Well, she's a talker. She likes to talk. Hoping to have some people drop in and say hello. If not, then whatever. I'm going to continue to sketch, going to do my sketching, because I'm a sketcher. So kick back, grab yourself a soda pop, or a rock star, or hell, it's coffee time. You know what? It's too early for coffee time. Go brush your teeth, you smell, and come on back and watch me do some sketching. Yep, I'm a sketcher. And if you haven't already, I want you to subscribe to my channel, because Robert C. Peters does a little bit of everything. I'm a part of an online community called Kindred Spirits, and we do an awful lot of work with wood. Yep, I'm one of them. I'm a woodworker. I like to work with wood. In fact, my Christmas was wonderful. I've got new toys to play with up in the shop. But of course, my son's asleep, and I don't want to wake him because it's really early in the morning. Actually, it's a little bit later than what I usually get up. I usually get up about 4. It's quite nearly 5. So, anywho, wondering what Grumpy's going to be doing. He ain't up and about yet. Maybe he's visiting grandkids or something or other. I don't know. Thought he was going to be here, but he ain't. So I'm going to take his time slot and do some sketching. We're sketching. Yeah, we are. Don't have nobody in here yet. Wondering if the world knows I even exist. We'll see. I just don't know. This that I'm drawing is the top of this little house. And if you'll stick with me, the house will materialize out of the mist. Yep. Oh, there's somebody. There's Grumpy. Hey, Grumpy, how come you ain't live? What the hell? I expected you to be live. Good morning. Gonna do some sketching. You know, my wife got up too. Isn't that funny? Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. But are you going live? Are you gonna go live? Okay, well, sleeping in's good for you. Helps you maintain your grumpiness. Oh my gosh. No, not right now. Okay. Well, hey, we're going to do some sketching. See this here? I'm going to give it a shot. How's that for busy? I'm just using it for a reference. See what happens. So I'm going to head over to Rockler after a bit. They open at 9. I've got 5. So we're going to have some breakfast and go to Rockler. They're a woodworking shop. I got a coupon for, it's a surprise coupon. It says, bring this to the shop and we'll give you anywhere between 15 and 40% off. And I'm thinking if they scratch that thing and I got a 40% off, I think I'm going to buy a belt sander. One of those little benchtop belt sanders. And I eyeballed yesterday. I went to Woodcrafters, which is down the street from me. Rockler's a little bit further, but they had a nice one. I think it was a rigid for $159. And I'm thinking, damn, if I get a 40% off coupon and I can get that sucker for under $100, yep, that's going to add to my collection. Gonna. And then I'll have a belt sander. You know what? I might have to knock out a 40, but yeah, let's hope so. 40% off. Okay. I'm gonna hell, might have to knock out a wall, add another dimension to my shop. I got fucking wood everywhere. That's what I need to do is get up in there and douche out all that wood. I got wood I'll never use. I need to carry it out and throw it in the yard or shit. Maybe even haul it all the way to the dumpster. Because back in the day, I was collecting all kinds of driftwood. And now I don't hardly use driftwood. I use more of the exotics. Because I've been given so much wood from different places that I've got the good stuff to choose from. And why use driftwood when you can use Purple Heart, In fact, I think I'm going to make me a Purple Heart slingshot. That'd look badass. Did I tell you that my wife and I went out on the patio the other day? Our front door has a little patio. And if you look off to the right along the side of the house, we got out in the yard I don't know, about 15, 20 yards away is a big ass tree. And we grabbed those slingshots. I asked her, I says, you want to shoot a slingshot? She says, hell yeah, I want to shoot a slingshot. Stood out there. And we pulled back. See, I hadn't fired mine yet. She hadn't fired one in a long time since she was a kid. And she's like, gimme. She was giggling like a schoolgirl. It was so funny. And and she's like, "Damn, that thing got power. Scares the shit out of me." Here, and she hands it back to me. That little clay ball thing hit that tree and went shwack. And she's like, "Oh damn, no." Yeah, it was funny. So you slept in. What does it feel like to sleep in? I haven't slept in so damn long. My body won't let me sleep in. I wake up and I'm up. Although I wake up in the middle of the night to pee and I can go back to sleep. I guess I could probably pull off going back to sleep if I tried, but I gotta have my grumpy time. Because like I said, if we were schoolgirls, we could hold hands and skip. But fuck it, we're boys. We're gonna shoot shit with our slingshots. That's funny. So what's your plans today, man? You get to see grandkids or what behaps? Feels rough. Feels rough. Back hates it. Oh, your back. Your back a hurting you? Well, your back's always hurting you. I know how that is. Yeah, my back a hurting me. My back always hurting me. I had me my Tylenol. It's going to kick in here in a minute and I'll be all right. Oh, we went to had some yummy pizza last night. There's a pizza joint in Old Folsom we like to go to called Pizzeria Classico, and had a beautiful pizza. I'm not supposed to have pizza, so I don't get it very often, but it was fucking good, man. And afterwards, we went and walked down the street. It's Old Folsom, so this is a gold country. Where, California's big on gold back in the days and so forth. So this is an old wooden planked walkways, and where the road is where they used to have all the horses and stuff. Picture a Western. And so it's nostalgic looking, and you can walk down and look in the little boutique shops, and we know that down just a little ways from where we were having our pizza, that if we were to take a little walk, there's a candy confectionery store. So we're like, shit, we need to walk down there and get us some more candy, because of course with Christmas you can never have enough candy. And got some what's that stuff called? What's that? Toffee. Got some toffee. Oh, I love that stuff. So I was up kind of late, high on sugar, because I had me some toffee along with my pizza, and Jiminy Christmas shouldn't have had any of that, but slept pretty good. It was a good night for Robert C. Peters as far as sleeping. My CPAP machine keeps track of what kind of hours I'm putting in for sleeping. Gave me 100%. Yep. That means I got at least my 7 hours. Yeah, I like it. I like it. That, I don't know. I don't think you use a CPAP machine. I think we talked about that before, but I don't think I could sleep without that damn thing. It's wonderful. It blows, not special by any means, but it blows air and keeps it so that you have the airflow, and therefore you're not going, suffering to try to get air. It's almost forcing it in because it's blowing, and the little thingamajig goes over my nose, and there's a hose that connects me to the nightside table where my device is, and it took a lot of getting used to, but once you get used to that, having that blowing that air for whatever reason is extremely comforting. Helps you sleep really, really good. At least it does me. And I've gotten so used to it that I don't think I could sleep without the damn thing. My doctors check in on me every once in a while. So how's it going with your CPAP machine? I says, dude, I wish I had this long time ago. I feel better. I look better. Hell, I'm beautiful. And, yeah, I keep calling and getting supplies for it to keep it really clean and operational, and it works really good. Well, hello there. I don't think I know Bailey. Hello, Bailey. Welcome. Doing some sketching. Meet Grumpy. He's cool peeps. So we go in there, and it's an old-fashioned ice cream parlor, like you see in the movies, and then they've got candy confectionery that's made on property. My wife bought things called turtles, and I got the toffee. I love me some toffee. And they had the streets all decorated with lights. It was pretty. In fact, tonight we might go to. We've got Cal Expo relatively close to where we are, and every year about this time they have you can walk through, and it's like a light cathedral. They've got lights like crazy everywhere, and you get to enjoy the lights. We didn't do much driving around looking at lights this year, and we're kind of jonesing to see some before everybody puts them back in the box and stuffs them under the bed. So we plan on maybe doing some light looking this evening. But for the day, we got planned, like I said, I'm going to go to Rockler and try to get that 40% off, because I was telling Grumpy I got a coupon that is a mystery coupon. You can get anywhere from 15 to 40% off at Rockler, and Rockler is one of the world-renowned shops for woodworkers, and I need me some more tools. And wife and I are going to go out and have some breakfast, and then go to Rockler, find out what that coupon's all about. Who's this? Woods? Hello, Caleb. Welcome. Doing some drawing and babbling and stuff. Hope everybody had a good Christmas. I had a wonderful Christmas. Yeah, buddy. Fun stuff. Santa Claus was good to Robert. I got some things I need to hook up in my shop. I've got a brand new Vivor, going to give me the ability to run a 1/4-inch shaft That's going to be a game changer. I'm working on a wizard's staff that I've been working on for about a year, and it's been bugging the shit out of me because it's too thick. It's about 6.5 feet long, and I'm at the top of it. I'm going to have like a hand holding a really pretty rock that I have. I've got a red obsidian, which if you look at it and you don't know rocks very well, you would swear it was ruby. Very, very pretty. And I'm going to have the hand holding that, so there's going to be light shining through that, and that's going to be the top of the staff. And then I want the staff's dimension, the thickness of it, to be about that of a baseball bat. And right now it's too thick. It's about it's almost as thick as my leg. And that's bugging me. So I put it aside thinking one of these days I'm going to have enough money for a Fordham or something that'll accommodate a quarter-inch disc or a quarter-inch shaft, so that I could have a quarter-inch shaft Cutzel Extreme Flame Burr and get up in there and knock away some of that wood. Because going at it with an 1/8 inch Cutzel Extreme Flame Burr works, but Jesus Christ, takes forever. I don't have that kind of time to dedicate to it. And you know, it gets boring trying to take this stick and make it lesser. So now that I've got the Vivor, if I set it up, get off my fat ass and get in there and set it up, I'll be able to work more on that wizard staff. So keep an eye on the internet. It's gonna, once I get at it, I'll be able to finish that sucker relatively quickly now that I've got the tool to do so. And we're gonna have us a wizard staff going look bad ass. Tell you what, it is. Yeah. Oh, yes, it is. And then God knows what'll come out of my shop when I've got the capability of a quarter-inch shaft capability. Good gracious. I'm thinking maybe at Rockler I'm going to get one of those boxes from Cutzel that has a variety in it. Get a variety pack for burrs that are quarter-inch, that maybe one of them is an extreme flame burr and one of them is a medium round sphere, and maybe one of them is a fine tipped quarter-inch taper shaft, something like that. Might have to do that, because that's going to be needed for my newly acquired tool. And you never know what's going to happen when you have a tool using a tool. I'm a tool. Or at least I've been told I'm a tool. People call me a tool. That's messed up. Oh well. At least they don't call me a cunt.
Hey, Rich.
Yeah. Oh well. I've just been scolded by my honey for using a bad word. Oh well. Oop. So, back to work. I gotta take care of everybody. Okay. Bye, Caleb. Thanks for dropping in. I gotta figure out how to do that music thing that you do, Grump, so I can have music in the background. I was gonna just turn on the radio, but I've been told that if you do that, they don't like it because there's copyrights and stuff for music. Anyway. Yeah, you would think you'd be able to play a radio. Copyright shit. Whatever. But I did order that wood burner. It's supposed to be in, I think, tomorrow. No, Monday or Tuesday. And I ordered those boards that you pointed out to me. So I'm going to have something to burn. Now, in your lives recently, when you've been doing the wood burning, you've been talking about how if you use like wood with big grain, it catches. I don't want to deal with that catches. So I'm doing the basswood. I think is probably going to be my best bet. But like everything else, I'll be experimenting. But that was a good price. There was like six of them slabbies for, I don't know, $35, something like that. I thought that was a pretty damn good price. Very pleased. So my son is just beside himself with excitement for that trip that him and his girlfriend are going to be doing, going to Spain. She gets to teach English in Spain, teach English as a second language, and he's along for the ride. His work is going to pay him to work remotely from Spain. So they're starting off with a little bit of vacation. They're going to do Paris for like a week. And then they're going to Spain where they're going to be a couple months while she does teaching English as a second language. And then they're going to top it off before they head home by doing a couple of days in Switzerland. Can you imagine? Dude, I'm so jealous I could spit. I would love to do Switzerland. I'd probably freeze my ass off, but it'd be fun. Just sanded done lightly. Yeah, I'm going to get some for the Planet 13 burn boards. Yeah, I want to be like Grumpy because the stuff that you do really, really looks cool. And I'm thinking if I had a pile of that kind of stuff, that maybe I'll get back into doing craft shows because we made money doing that. I just hate to drop $100 to be able to have a table. But that one time we made $1,500. We netted $1,500, and for me, that might as well be $1 million. So, need to get back into that. I got a buddy that his name's Jerry. That guy that gave me all of that olive wood. He still does craft shows, and if I contact him and we do the same type of craft shows, maybe we can set our booths up close to one another and we can both make out. He does well. He makes charcuterie boards and cutting boards and cribbage boards. He gets he get like $300 for a cutting board. But then again, his cutting boards look badass. He has a planer, so they get all smooth, and then he sands them to the umpteenth, so that I mean they look badass. And I figure do some of those wood burnings, have some nice walking sticks. I might have to make a couple more ratfink walking sticks, because when I had that one ratfink, I swear to God, I had 4 people fighting over it. And I said, hey, fight all you want to, but the first person that comes up with $50, it's theirs. And that dude stepped up, man. He says, I want that, and I want one of them pipes. And I says, $80. Well, yeah, hell yeah, here you go. He reached into his wallet, and presto changeo, we were customers. We were buddies. I had my money, he had his stuff, and everybody won. Yep. Because that's the way I roll. So in my in my stocking, Santa Claus had put silly putty. When was the last time you saw silly putty? So I have an egg, because you know how it came in an egg, of silly putty. I wish I had some Sunday morning cartoons that I could pull by using silly putty. Remember how you used to be able to take silly putty and rub it against the Sunday morning cartoons and you could pull an image? I might have to find me some print to be able to do that. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I need the comics. Hell yeah. That's fun stuff, man. Nostalgia. I'm always on the lookout for old-time toys. I collect them. In my library, which was a library before it became a mess and covered in dust, I had all kinds of toys that I had found at yard sales. Hell, I've got a Imperial yo-yo from Duncan. I've got a butterfly yo-yo from Duncan. I've got a Whammo frisbee. I've got. Remember the game Simon? That electronic game. Boop 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 boop. It's got lights. I got Simon. I got shit. I got Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Everybody remember that one. Hell yeah. Rock'em Sock'em Robots. I've got Hot Wheel track. Shit, I had Hot Wheel track running through the library that was functionable. I could put a marble on it and race it down. Oh, that's another thing, dude. Set that up in the hallway and run marbles down. The cats go batshit trying to chase them marbles. That's funny. It was hard to find that, though. I searched so many yard sales trying to find Hot Wheel tracks. See, nowadays they make them differently than they did in our days. The Hot Wheel tracks are a different color and they don't put together like they used to. But one guy had the old school, and I bought everything he had. He had a box full of those orange tracks with the red tongues to hook them together, and I bought him out. He wouldn't sell the cars. He said, I know the value of the cars. I ain't selling my cars. And he had the good ones. The ones with the little red line around the wheel shows that those are old school. Nowadays, they don't have that red line. You can tell just by picking up the car and looking. And he says, no, I ain't selling the cars. But you can have the tracks. So I bought him out. Didn't cost me all that much. He didn't want too much for them, but it's fun to have that. If I want to be a 12-year-old, all I got to do is hook them up. And I do have some cars that I used to have as a kid, but not very many of them. And they're all beat up. They probably wouldn't sell for anything if I tried to sell them. But there's a huge market for Hot Wheel cars. A buddy of mine used to trade them online, eBay. Dude, he was really into it. I saw him buy a Hot Wheel car for $1,000 one time. Turned right around and sold it for $1,500. He bought it and then turned it. I thought that was nuts. Those big numbers, man, for a flipping car. But hey, people are weird. They'll buy anything. Kind of liking how this is coming together. My little fishing shanty. I wonder where the girls are. I kind of thought that Suzanne would drop in. I talked to Suzanne about doing the Suzanne Rhinestone about doing the wood burning. She thought that was a great idea. She says, with my drawing skills, that could really do well for me. I tend to agree. Because if I can make lines like this with a burner, there's no reason why it wouldn't turn out about the same as it does when I'm drawing on paper. That would be cool. I like this time of year. My wife's got candles that smell festive. Whole house smells like peppermint bark right now. She's burning a candle that smells like peppermint bark. I like it. I'm a sucker for Christmas. I love Christmas. You know, it's funny though, working at Home Depot, we've had Christmas stuff on the floor since like August. Stuff sells like crazy and they know it, so they keep stocking it. And the, oh my God, girls come out of the woodwork for that stuff. In fact, when our fake trees first hit the floor, I swear I sold 30 that day. It's like they've got radar. These girls were like, "Oh my God, do you have Christmas trees? I want 4. I'm put one in every room. I'm gonna have to tell Susie. She's gonna come too. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God." Fucking crazy people. They got more money than God and they come out of the woodwork. Did I tell you during Halloween, some son of a bitch came through the line and bought 3 of those great big tall skeletons? Dropped $1,500 because they're $500 a piece. Expensive damn things. And he bought 3 of them. I'm like, now where in the hell are you going to put that when Halloween's over? He says, I don't know. I says, well, we sell duff sheds. And he just grinned. He says, I don't know. I don't know where I'm going to put them. But the wife wants them. She going to get them. Okay. I says, it ain't going to fit under your bed. I know. I don't know where I'm going to put them. I ain't worried about that right now. Okay. It should be. Boy, he was whooped. It was funny. Pulls out his wallet and got like a platinum card. Here you go. Cha-ching. That'll be $1,500, sir. God. Fucking people. Oh, damn, we've been doing this 44 minutes already? Sheesh. You know what, Grump? I think I'm going to bow out. Appreciate you coming by, though. And, oh, wait a minute. We got to stay around a little longer. Hello, Electric Whittler. Welcome. We're just babbling and drawing. Drawing and babbling. Drawing and babbling. Babbling and drawing. Babble, babble, draw, draw. Babble, babble, draw, draw. Welcome. Oh, there's my alarm. That was alarming. Orientation is locked. Rotate, whatever. Shut up. The damn screen got all funky on me. What the hell? Stop it. I'm going to try to make a set of spooning. Spooning. I don't know if that worked or not. How's my view? Is that working still, guys? My screen is screwy. Okay, good. Thanks. I'm not going to give it too much longer, guys. I think I'll go to maybe an hour. I've got about 15 more minutes. Welcome. We've just been babbling. I'm a babbler. Telling stupid stories. But isn't that what it's all about? That's what it's all about. Yep. Let's see here. I need another window. Put a window right here. Oh, damn. Sorry. It says, I bet since you were in the Navy, you have some. Yes, sir. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Tell you what. Let's see. You want Navy stories with shit. Okay, so we're on the aircraft carrier Midway, stationed in Yokosuka, Japan, and so our turf is the Orient. When we go out, we bebop around. We go to the Philippines. We go to Thailand. We go to hell. We even went down to Australia. That was really something. You cross the equator, and they have Wog Day. That was something. Now, you may or may not have ever seen naval films where they cross the equator and it's like a college initiation where they basically haze the guys that have not been across the border. There's the people that have been across the border. They're considered what they call shellbacks. And then there's the people who have not been across the border. They're considered wogs. And what that's all about is sea creatures. Okay? Sea creatures have, if it's infant, okay, like a crab. A crab has a soft shell, and then the shell hardens, and it becomes a hard shell, and it's their defense mechanism. Well, you got to figure if you have not been across the border, the equator, you're still a puppy. You're still a baby. You still have a soft shell. Therefore, you're a wog, like a polywog. And if you have been across the border, you're considered a shellback, an actual hardened, shelled sea creature. So, with that in mind, you could be brand new on the ship, and still have been across the equator because you're from another ship. Okay. Or you could be in the Navy for many, many years and never been across the equator, and you're that day a WOG because you haven't been across the equator, therefore you're inferior on that day. So here it is, your boss, who every other day is giving you orders and just being a dick, all of a sudden you're in charge because you've been across the equator on another ship or maybe on this ship, and he hasn't. So you are the boss for the day. Dude, when I first went across the equator, I was a WOG. And then after we crossed the equator, I became a shellback. So next time we went across the equator, I was now a shellback, and anybody who hadn't been across the equator was a WOG. So I sought out, because we got 4,700 people on board, I sought out the WOGs, because it was all part of this big old ceremony, and the shellbacks messed with the WOGs. My boss had been in the Navy for like 15 years, had not been across the equator. So now I was in charge for the day. I was a shellback. I was one of the people who was in charge. Okay. I was able to, without getting in trouble, crack an egg on his forehead because I was boss for the day. That was badass. The ceremony is crazy, man. We had the WOGs crawl through garbage. We put them in makeshift stocks with their head and hands tethered. You know, stocks, old-fashioned stocks. Had them get into a big old water bath to rinse off after they had crawled through one of those kiddie tunnels that we had stuffed with 3-day-old kitchen waste garbage. They had a what they call the royal baby. We had several big old fat guys on board, and they would sit in a chair and they would lather up their bellies with Crisco, and they would put like a raisin in their belly button, and you had to try to get that raisin out of their belly button, and you would get close and try to do so on your hands and knees, and they would take your head and rub it against their belly so that you would get a face full of Crisco. And it was just nuts. Anyway, let's see what else. Oh, geez, the story of our ship was off the coast of Oman. When you're out in the Navy, basically what you're doing, you're cops of the sea. You're showing your presence. Okay, you're being, ooh, look at me, we're in charge. You know, just kind of doing circles. And we were on Gonzo Station, which is off the coast of Oman, doing donuts, and we were supposed to be there for 45 days and then be relieved by the Kitty Hawk aircraft carrier, who was in port for Liberty for a while in the Philippines. And it pulled out of the Philippines to come relieve us after the 45 days and ran over a Russian submarine. Now, the Russian submarine, oftentimes they play cat and mouse with us. It's just the way it works. And I guess we knew they were there. They knew we were there, and there was some kind of a slip up, and they ran over this Russian sub. So they're like, shit, they've got damaged. The Russian sub was tweaked. It had to surface and be towed back to Russia by the Russians. And so all of a sudden, our relief is not going to show up. So they had to dispatch another to come and relieve us, which happened to be the Constellation. I think that's what it was. I forget. Might have been the Ranger. I forget. But so we're stuck. We have to stay on station when we're supposed to be relieved. And we ended up doing 111 days without hitting shore. And that's not easy. When you've been out at sea forever and ever, and it's hot, and you just need some liberty. But every 40... What are you saying here? Hold on. There is a line in a song that says, I have sea stories, and I'm a shellback too. I always wondered what that meant. Thanks, Robert. Yeah, look it up. In fact, I've been told that there's actual footage of me, well, not me, I don't know if you can find me in this scene, but it was 83 or 84, USS Midway crossing the equator. Look that up, and it'll show the ceremony. You've got, picture, when you look at an aircraft carrier, you see the deck and all of the planes on the deck. Now, down below is the hangar bay where the planes are worked on. It's like a big warehouse. And there's usually anywhere from 3 to 4 elevators that the planes can be elevated up and down to the hangar bay where they're worked on, up to the flight deck where they're flown off. I was walking on the hangar bay from one place to another because the job that I was at was located at the other side of the ship. So I'm walking from one side of the ship to the other. The elevator is down, and when it's down, it's like a big picture window. I mean, it's open. You can see out. It's like a big window. And the planes were doing commonly, they did this every once in a while, what they call touch and goes. They fly to the carrier, they boop, kind of touch, and then take off again. It's a practice that they do. I don't know why, but they do. And there's this plane, a radar plane. I think we called it an EWAC. But picture a plane that's got this radar thingamajiggy attachment on the top of it. Kind of a big plane. And it was doing touch and goes. And it missed. It, for whatever reason, it did bad and went into the drink. Killed 7 on board. And that was the end of that. And we had to send the SEALs to go blow it up because it had sensitive material on board, radar material. But I was walking on the hangar bay as that happened, and I saw that damn plane float by. Talk about weird, dude. Oh my God. So that was really something as far as the story. I'm walking along and all of a sudden I see a plane float by. I'm like, well, that's not right. But they did. They had to send the SEALs in to blow it up. And then all of a sudden, here I am a cook. Then all of a sudden, we've got bodies in our freezer to preserve them temporarily until they could process them off the ship. And shalom. Hello, Old Path. Hello, Alan. Just doing some sketching, telling sea stories. So then we had these bodies in our freezer, which is, of course, not good, but there they are. And I'm cooking, and I've got people helping me cook, and I need something from the freezer. So I'm cooking, and I send my boys to down into the freezer to get the, I don't know, case of bacon or whatever. Dude says, I ain't going down there. There's bodies down there. So I had to find somebody else to go get my needed supplies. Yeah. It's real when you're out at sea, I tell you what. Real, real, real. I mean, you live your life day in and day out here in the real world, and you can kind of tuck your head and the world goes by. When you're out at sea, you tuck your head and let the world go by and somebody dies. You better be alert, because it's the real world out there. I had friends die from, I had a buddy who was blown off the ship in a storm. And another buddy who was a helicopter pilot went to rescue him, put the helicopter in the air to go get him, and it was during a storm. Wave comes up and screws up the helicopter, so now we got the helicopter in the drink, plus my buddy who had been blown overboard, so they had to put up another helicopter and go get him. We lost the guy that blew overboard. He ended up dying, but they were able to save the pilot of the other helicopter. But shit like this happens, man. It didn't happen a lot, but it happened. And you realize real quick, here you are, a 20-year-old kid, you realize that the world's real, and you have signed up for a real job, and you better pay attention, because things happen quickly. Yep. You know, guys, I've been at this an hour now. I'm going to bow out. I need to prepare to take my honey out to breakfast and continue on with our day. But I greatly appreciate you stepping in and listening to me babble, and I'm glad to have seen you. And have yourself a great weekend, and God bless.